July 11th. First Chronicles chapter 11 verse 1 until chapter 12 verse 18. Then all Israel gathered themselves to David unto Hebron, saying, Behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh. And moreover, in time past, even when Saul was king, thou wast he that leddest out and broughtest in Israel. And the Lord thy God said unto thee, Thou shalt feed my people Israel, and thou shalt be ruler over my people Israel. Therefore came all the elders of Israel to Hebron, and David made a covenant with them in Hebron before the Lord, and they anointed David king over Israel, according to the word of the Lord by Samuel. And David and all Israel went to Jerusalem, which is Jebus, where the Jebusites were the inhabitants of the land. And the inhabitants of Jebus said to David, Thou shalt not come hither. Nevertheless, David took the castle of Zion, which is the city of David. And David said, Whosoever smitheth the Jebusites first shall be chief and captain. So Joab the son of Zeruiah went first up and was chief. And David dwelt in the castle. Therefore they called it the city of David. And he built the city round about, even from Millo round about, and Joab repaired the rest of the city. So David waxed greater and greater, for the Lord of hosts was with him. These also are the chief of the mighty men whom David had, who strengthened themselves with him in his kingdom, and with all Israel, to make him king, according to the word of the Lord concerning Israel. And this is the number of the mighty men whom David had: Jashobeam, a Hachmonite, the chief of the captains, he lifted up his spear against 300 slain by him at one time. And after him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo, the Ahohite, who was one of the three mighties. He was with David at Pasdammim, and there the Philistines were gathered together to battle, where was a parcel of ground full of barley. And the people fled from before the Philistines, and they set themselves in the midst of that parcel, and delivered it, and slew the Philistines. And the Lord saved them by a great deliverance. Now 3 of the 30 captains went down to the rock to David into the cave of Adullam, and the host of the Philistines encamped in the valley of Rephaim. And David was then in the hold, and the Philistines' garrison was then at Bethlehem. And David longed, and said, Oh, that one would give me drink of the water of the well of Bethlehem, that is at the gate. And the three brake through the host of the Philistines, and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem, that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. But David would not drink of it, but poured it out to the Lord, and said, My God, forbid it me, that I should do this thing. Shall I drink the blood of these men that have put their lives in jeopardy? For with the jeopardy of their lives they brought it. Therefore he would not drink it. These things did these three mightiest. And Abishai, the brother of Joab, he was chief of the three. For lifting up his spear against 300, he slew them, and had a name among the three. Of the three, he was more honorable than the two, for he was their captain. Howbeit he attained not to the first three. Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man of Kabzeel, who had done many acts, he slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. Also he went down and slew a lion in a pit in a snowy day. And he slew an Egyptian, a man of great stature, 5 cubits high, and in the Egyptian's hand was a spear like a weaver's beam, And he went down to him with a staff, and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand, and slew him with his own spear. These things did Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, and had a name among the three mighties. Behold, he was honorable among the 30, but attained not to the first three. And David set him over his guard. Also the valiant men of the armies were Asael the brother of Joab, Elhanan the son of Dodo of Bethlehem, Samoth the Arorite, Helis the Pelonite, Ira the son of Ikesh the Tekoite, Abiezer the Antothite, Sibekai the Husatite, Eli the Ahite, Marahai the Netophathite, Heled the son of Bana the Netophathite, Irai the son of Ribai of Gibeah, that pertained to the children of Benjamin, Benaiah the Piratonite, Urai of the brooks of Gash, Abiel the Arbatite, Asmaveth the Barumite, Eliab of Shaalbonite, the sons of Hashem the Gizonite, Jonathan the son of Sagi the Ararite, Aihan the son of Sakar the Ararite, Eliphal the son of Ur, Epher the Mechiratite, Ahijah the Pelonite, Ezra the Carmelite, Nerai the son of Ezbai, Joel the brother of Nathan, Mibhar the son of Ajeri, Zelek the Ammonite, Naharai the Beerothite, the armor-bearer of Joab the son of Zeruiah, Ira the Ithrite, Gareb the Ithrite, Uriah the Hittite, Zabad the son of Ahlai, Adina the son of Jiza the Reubenite, a captain of the Reubenites, and 30 with him, Hanan the son of Maacah, and Josaphah the Mithnite, Uzziah the Asterathite, Shammah and Jeiel the sons of Hotam, the Aroerite, Jediael the son of Shinhi, and Joah his brother, Getizite, Eliel the Mahavite, and Jeribai and Josaphiah the sons of Elnan, and Ithma the Moabite, Eliel and Obed, and Jaziel the Mesobite. Now these are they that came to David to Ziklag, while he yet kept himself close because of Saul the son of Kish, and they were among the mighty men, helpers of the war. They were armed with bows, and could use both the right hand and the left in hurling stones and shooting arrows out of a bow, even of Saul's brethren of Benjamin. The chief was Ahiezer, then Joaz the son of Shema, and Gibeathite, and Jeziel, and Pelet, the sons of Asmaveth, and Berakah, and Jehu the Antothite, and Ismaiah the Gibeonite, a mighty man among the 30, and over the 30, and Jeremiah, and Jaziel, and Johanan, and Josabad the Jederathite, Eluzai, and Jerimoth, and Bealiah, and Shemariah, and Shephatiah the Haruphite, Helkanah, and Jesiah, and Azareel, and Joezer, and Jasombeam the Korite, and Joelah, and Zebadiah, the sons of Jeroam of Jedor. And of the Gadites there separated themselves unto David into the hold to the wilderness, men of might and men of war fit for the battle, that could handle shield and buckler, whose faces were like the face of lions, and were as swift as the roes upon the mountains. Zer the first, Obadiah the second, Eliab the third, Bismna the fourth, Jeremiah the fifth, Athai the sixth, Eliel the seventh, Johanan the eighth, Elzabad the ninth, Jeremiah the tenth, Macbanai the 11th. These were of the sons of God, captains of the host. One of the least was over 100, and the greatest over 1,000. These are they that went over Jordan in the first month, when it had overflown all his banks, and they put to flight out then of the valleys, both toward the east and toward the west. And there came of the children of Benjamin and Judah to the hold unto David. And David went out to meet them, and answered and said unto them, If ye be come peaceably unto me to help me, mine heart shall be nigh unto you. But if ye be come to betray me to mine enemies, seeing there is no wrong in mine hands, the God of our fathers look thereon and rebuke it. Then the Spirit came upon Amaziah, who was chief of the captains, and he said, Thine are we, David, and on thy side, thou son of Jesse. Peace, peace be unto thee, and peace be to thine helpers, for thy God helpeth thee. Then David received them, and made them captains of the band.